was Dutch style, so let's get started.
So for today's style, I did 2 parts. And for my first part, I started it over on the right side of her head and I kind of curved it and then into a middle part. And I'm going to start up here on this front section doing a Dutch braid. And so I'll just be adding a section from the right and then again from the left. I'm going to be doing just a single Dutch braid on this side, and then on the other side I'm going to do crisscross braids, that Dutch braids that then hook down in so that it will end with just 2 ponies at the bottom. And here I'm just again adding a small section from the right and then a small section from the left into my Dutch braid. And as I get across the front of her head, I'm just going to curve it so that it goes down this left side of her head in the back. Adding a section from the left and then from the right. Okay, as I continue this Dutch braid down this left side of her head, I'm going to speed up the video for you until we get to the bottom. So I'm ending these Dutch braids just into low ponies. And so what I'm going to do here as I get to the bottom is just make sure that everything is smoothed out and pull it up tight and into position. And then I'm going to secure it here with an elastic. And I make sure it looks good and is where I want it. Brush any remaining tangles out. And then that is all I'm going to do with that side. On this second side here, I've parted it down into 4 different sections. And I'm going to start here with this left section. And I'm going to start with just a tiny portion of hair up here right in the corner. And I am going to do a Dutch braid. And what I'm going to do is kind of curve it to the outside and then curve it back in as I do the crossover part of the braid. So again, I'm just adding teeny tiny portions from the left and from the right because I'm doing a small braid. There will be 2 braids on this side that cross over each other instead of just the one traditional Dutch braid. Also, excuse her feeding her face as we're doing her hair. Sometimes that's how I get her to hold still. And my 10-year-old is recording for me, and he's actually doing a better job than I thought he would do. Today's style was kind of a fly by the seat of our pants style. But again, as I'm working my way down on this section, coming to the end of this little quarter section of the hair, I'm going to start curving back to the middle of my part. so that I can cross over and take the bottom right section and start adding hair from that one as well. And as I get to the part of the crossover, I'm going to take this top right section of hair and just flip it up so that it's out of my way, and unclip the bottom right section so that I can start adding hair from that section. I usually do just a couple of braids here where I don't add a strand so that it gets it crossed over into position, and then I again start with this bottom right section, adding from the right and then from the left again to complete this Dutch braid. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to curve it out and away from that center part, and then as I get closer to the bottom, I'm going to curve it back towards the center part, so it kind of makes a curved braid as I go, so that then at the bottom I can connect the braids into a single low pony. And on this section, since I'm going to secure both sides together, I'm going to continue the braid down further than the bottom of her head, just simply because then I can hook an elastic in it loosely, and that makes it easy for when I connect the braids together. Then I will go back and take this elastic out. And then I'm just going to repeat the same thing in the other two portions of the hair that I have back here on this side. So I'm going to speed this up for you again. Okay, so we are approaching the bottom of this second crossover braid on this side, and as I do, I'm just going to get it into place for the low ponytail, and we are going to combine both braids into place so that it comes into one low pony on this side, and then I will secure that with an elastic. Once that has been secured, I will take this second elastic out that's holding that first braid that we put in there kind of loosely, and then I will just finger comb through that and remove the excess braid that's below the elastic there. I'm going to pancake just a tiny bit, not too much, And then on this other side, what I'm going to do, because her ponytails are a little bit crooked, I'm going to take this elastic out on the big braid side and just move the location of the low pony there, since that's the side that's easier for me to hold on to and keep in place so that my low ponies are even and not crooked. We are going to finish this style off by putting 2 bows in it, and we just are going to run a flat iron through her hair to smooth out, and then we will show you some pictures of our finished look.
Thanks for watching. Make sure to give us a like and subscribe to us. So have a good day and peace out.